final stretch for today would be in the map of Miramar Group Stage, day number 2, match number 13. And this is going to be so interesting because we have seen 4 Erangel matches for today. Now this is going to be quite different with the plane path coming in from El Azahar onto just right above Ladril Yera. And now we are seeing several teams dropping already. Time to quick taking around the area of Campo Militar. We also are seeing here several teams dropping already from that plane path. So again, interesting play right here. An interesting thing is that where will that first circle go?
Let's see, where will the circle go here? And by the way, guys, let's update the groups. It's gonna be Group B now who will not play. So, actually, that was the last game of YG.
Ooh.
So that was the last game of YG. Last game also for Hybrid, GG Esports, and IQ as well. So looks like they went all out because that was their last game.
Oh yeah.
This only means Aya that MSI has a chance, a really high chance of taking the #1 spot right at the end of this game. So, and now the circle also is with them. So this is good for MSI. They just need to do a little bit of rotation later on. Circle will center around Chumacero, which is GOA's dropping point.
Again, that explains why YG was really explosive during that final game that we had in the map of Erangel. With them not playing here in this Miramar map, as you've mentioned, that will give so much of that space onto our team. MSI 107 will be their points right here onto that #2 spot. Let's see if they will be able to catch up after YG. Before Infiziviera, they're just traversing through the map right here, just moving around the map. And now focusing again onto those teams, onto the lowest part of our leaderboards 18, 19, and 20 ADS, ATSX, and NGGZ. Do you think they would be able to come back after this one? Would they be able to bounce back in this map alone?
Not too sure about NGGZ because we've seen their performance. They're kind of like having reckless plays, in my opinion. Because if you remember from the previous game, they went for like a third or maybe even a fourth party at that top compound at the northern side of the circle in Erangel. So I'm not so sure if they can, bounce back. But there's still a
Mm-hmm.
lot of possibilities, Aya, knowing that we have just changed maps from Erangel to Miramar. This is a much different story here for NGGZ. Let's see if they can, bounce back, maybe add a little bit of points so that they can, try to qualify at least before day #2, ends. Because
Mm-hmm.
if they do not try at least here in match number 13, they will only have 7 matches left in order for them to qualify onto the second super weekend.
Yep. So let's see again who will be those top 16 teams for tomorrow. Moving on to our super weekend. So they only have 7, actually, make that 8 matches, including this game, so that they would be able to secure themselves onto our Saturday and Sunday battles here in our week #2. But this Miramar map is quite taking a while for everyone, as it's already 4 minutes into the map. We haven't seen any blood inside of the match. We still have 16 teams and 64 players remaining here, with probably everyone having their own dropping points, not really near to each other. Well, probably that's why we are not seeing any battle as of this moment. But let's talk about those teams around the middle those teams around the middle portion. We still have a lot of teams having just 1 point between them. I think up until SBD, that is still very quite near. Up until maybe BG. So from BG to SBD, we still have a lot of changes right here. And I might say K1J is still one of those teams, and even WIOF, who really are doing quite well. And they're just really trying to seal the deal in order for them to be part of the top 16.
Yeah, these are the rookies. Aya, K1J, winning a future.
Mm-hmm.
We also have SBD Vicious, which you just mentioned. They will try at least, maybe. And you got a point there. If they get a winner chicken dinner, they can most likely go on top of either Goa, K1J, or Burmese Gulls. It's very close.
Mm-hmm.
But for like ATS, ATSX, or maybe even NGGZ, if they get a win, they will most likely go up, but just right around maybe over winning a future. But that's a good sign
Mm-hmm.
because they can, try to breathe, more because they won't really think much more on the remaining matches
Yep.
that they will have. Our stage number 1 is what we're currently having so far. And what ATS needs to do here is just not go for unnecessary engagements. Aya, what do you think?
Yep. Yeah, definitely, because we always see them going out early, so that is definitely not the situation that they should be in at this point. But we have here BG Godspeed being knocked down, and not by the team that they pushed, which is SBD, but rather by our Goa coming from behind them using that mini 14, and that will only be our first blood at our 6 minute mark inside of our match number 13. And what will Goa Ngapikao do right now is trying to probably go to a different location wherein he could have a better view onto our BG. But for the rest of the players of our BG, they would escape that engagement first, and the same thing goes for SBD as they do not want to be eliminated early in this final match.
And for BG again, what they can do now since YG is out of this game, they can try to probably dominate. They have struggled all throughout those 4 Erangel matches. I mean, not really all, but we've seen the struggles here for Burmese goals. But now that we have changed maps to Miramar, let's see if they can maybe do whatever YG have done yesterday. So let's see now Mad Dog here for Team Max as they try to spray down onto MSI. MSI will dodge the bullets for now. Again, it's very early, Aya. It's very early in this matchup. Still stage number 1. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
mostly about, just poking these teams, trying to go for knockdowns. So for now, they will just try to reposition. But looks like Team Max is going to try to go for the engagement still.
Mm. Yeah, I think they're really going to take that challenge right here. And with our MSI moving around, I think they are definitely looking for a better position to target our team and Max. With Bretzel being the first, being a frontliner right there, Monboy had the chance to knock down Max Trezzi as MSI Pretzel would want to go for that secure of that elimination while he tries to heal up at the same time. Now the circle moves, and that would still comprise those two teams who are battling right now as they secure the elimination onto Max Trezzi. The rest of Team Max are probably rethinking their decisions right here if they are still going to take that challenge in front of our MSI. Nades will be thrown coming in from our MSI, but that would not connect too much. Max Mad Dog, though, will be spotted by MSI range, but would still survive.
And again, these knocks here in Miramar, once you knock a player down, they can just easily go for the revives. But for Team Max, they lose a member. Mad Dog now down to half HP. Nades will be important here, Aya. Most
Mm-hmm.
especially that MSI is the one trying to be aggressive. But there's actually a spray down coming from the backside of Team Max, I believe so. You can
Yep.
see that on the mini map right now. But looks like there's not much of any angle here for Team Max. Now they try to back out. Pretzel now comes closer. Ooh, but actually will be spotted by Mad Dog from above. So now they can probably manage to go for the confirmation. MSI would need to be more aggressive here so that they can get closer to Team Max.
I think that is indeed what they are going to do right now. Also taking advantage of that high ground. Oh, but Raymond almost got knocked down. But with Mad Dog being spotted right there and even Max Idorex, that only means that we only have Max Cornite right here. But what a nice defense coming in from his end. He also managed to knock down two of players of our MSI, and we are left with the final player of MSI. That will be Ryman versus Kornai, and from behind, our joiners would be actually our Infas of Viera with Lion, confirming Monboy and confirming the rest of our MSI. Unfortunately, they would not take over our YG for now.
Yeah, they won't. They needed 5 points in order for them to be able to go on top, and that is it also for Team Max. As a third party comes in, Infamous Saviera just right in time. 4 eliminations in the bag here for Forsaken and the gang of Infamous. And I'm just thinking why MSI went for the kill. They went for the aggression
Mm-hmm.
here. It's just stage number 2,
Yep.
and we're in Miramar, so I'm not so sure of that decision there for MSI. Probably they should have just, bailed out from the scene. But
Yep.
again, they overcommitted. Now they are gone from the game. But right now, CTS getting bombarded by Austria Esports. Drex right now. Ooh, will try to go also for another nade, but again with a splash of the damage of the frag grenade, he gets down. And now the push coming in from Austria. Cool right now, down to very low HP, but again the shotgun hits onto his body. And for CTS, they're now down to only 2. And looks like they're gonna try to bail out here. Top, here's the vehicle of DOS, but looks like DOS will try to get out. Demios will go down on the
Ooh.
feed. Now the pressure from top now. DOS will be all alone. Oh, he actually lagged, I think. He lagged at the end, not able to aim at Ostja.
That is unfortunate for Team CTS as they would go out with no eliminations actually here in their bags. Meanwhile, a different battle is probably going to happen right here. Time to Quick versus our ATS Wham is just scouting the surroundings if he is going to be able to knock down one of the players of our TTQ. Meanwhile, for Miracle, he is already pushing forward. He is already getting inside of our next safe zone. And this is actually the best chance for ATS to gatekeep our time to quick, but I believe they already know and they already have felt the presence of ATS. That's why they are not going to push directly towards the center. But for Infas of Viera Lion, who actually eliminated the players of our MSI, he is now being targeted by WIOF.
And now Mewtwo looking at the church area with that mini 14 8 times scope on it as well. Not able to see the heads. Again, this is a very bad spot for them, just on the lower ground. So they will have that disadvantage. Unknown though, with that mini 14, drops one on the feed. Infamous Saviera now rotated in. Also for TTQ, just came from the blue zone. Now they're on top of the circle. Nothing much on the top part of this zone. So very much open here, but looks like ATS is also coming in. And they're still out, probably out of the circle, just trying to get on top of those mountains. But they would eventually have to get out of there, because I
Mm-hmm.
believe that the circle is not within that area.
Yep, that definitely is not going to be the place for them to stay at for now, as ATS1 is also receiving a bit of that damage coming in from below. That is exactly our time to quick, which they were gatekeeping quite earlier in this battle. With ATS securing the high grounds, I think that is a good spot for them before time to quick. They're also making sure that they are going to enter directly inside of a circle and not just the outskirts, because that safe zone could be chasing after them, just like what ATS God 7 is experiencing at this moment. But with God 7, he actually managed to make Miracle's vehicle explode right there. And with Miracle being confirmed by ATSG, that would be 1 point going on to ATS Pro.
And the circle now will also shift. In just 4 seconds, we will see where will it go. Oh, oh, there we go. It actually went to Burmese Skulls. This is a good circle for them. Also, same goes to ATSX, as they're at the western side part of the zone. That's where most likely where the circle will go. And you will expect, Aya, that all of these other teams outside the circle will probably prioritize those spots at that area where ATSX is nearby. But look at that spray down from Migs. That ASM Abakan really effective with that burst. But now wrong. Will have to defend because he's gonna try to defend against 3. There we go. That's gonna be it for him. That's going to be a drive-by by KHI, but here comes Milo. And Jappy is fully unaware,
Ooh.
though. He's unaware that Milo is there, but he will take damage as well. And will be confirmed now by Starboy. Now KHI is now left with only one. Here comes the third party, NGGZ. And this is what NGGZ needs to do. They can just go for third parties instead of them initiating the contact.
Exactly. But let's see if they will be able to survive. As they're still outside of the blue zone, they still have to face our KHI and even our SBD rotating at the same time. But there are also several teams who are trying to do the same thing. WI Web, but with the nades coming in from K1J. 7 support from Osja would be losing half of his life right here with one more attempt. That would not actually connect onto our team Osja, and we still have a full squad from their end, but they are quite the spread we're in. They're still not inside of that safe zone too. With WIF Mewtwo being spotted by Infiziviera, that will be one knockdown onto their end, and GGZ could join that later on as well. WIOF minus though will be spotting SBD.
And winning a future here needs to regroup. As Mewtwo is currently down, YOLO's is the one to go for the revive. And infamous Saviera. Oh, did you see that? The frag grenade? Oh, I actually thought that the
Ooh.
miner threw it right above him, but eventually it actually connected down below. And now this is the time for winning a future to defend. KHI now will be eliminated. That's it for blanks. And again, another revive set for winning a future. And looks like NGG Zing. They cannot really go for the push because of the 2-2 split. Another knockdown happening, Aya. Looks like the two players now is currently down. No,
Ooh.
actually Mewtwo got revive already, so that's good for them. But eventually for NGGZ, they go down all because of that flank or probably that gunshot coming from the far distance where the other
Yep.
two players of winning a future.
Actually, that is a very, very far knockdown, but Info XV Claude will be spotting Mewtwo, and that will be him confirming that player right there. Oh, almost knocking down Minus, but thankfully for him, he was able to hide in that mini shack, and the rest of the players also received a bit of that damage. K1J Kane will be seen by Ostachop with that Scar L, and all of them would want to go inside of the safe zone before NGGZ Minor. Another battle going on. PH versus PH right here. NGGZ Jarrell will be taken down by InfaXV. I say, but one more. He will also be taken down coming in from that vehicle explosion just right outside.
And MM now throws another one. I say will not get revived yet by Claude. The blue zone is not yet closing. There's still some time here, but NGGZ now in the blue will die in the process. Not able to get an elimination, Aya. So that's so bad plays here coming from NGGZ, and they got eliminated at 11, so no points for them this time around.
No points for them. Meanwhile, for Austria, they're still getting those points onto our K1J, but they will again be left by that safe zone. It is really unfortunate for Austria. They are always left by our safe zone. But for ATSG, that will be him and taking down K1J Muzo, and the rest of K1J is actually right in front of our Austria, wherein Austria Fernji will be spotted not by K1J but by NX from the side. And with that drive by, K1J Key Mine will also have to say goodbye.
9 teams remaining here. K1J just got eliminated. And for Austria, Fern G also dies in the blue zone. And Nongx goes down courtesy of ATS as you're looking at infamous Saviera, who just safely able to get this small shack. But let's take a look at Austria now. They're left with only two. This is the time for Nexus Vanguard, I believe so. For them to be able to get additional points. YG is out. They weren't able to do that in Rondo, and maybe in Miramar they can do it.
Maybe. So let's see if that is what is going to happen here in this Miramar map that we have, and the only Miramar match that we have for the rest of the day. For tomorrow, that is going to be a different thing. But for now, let's see who will dominate this Miramar map right here with Goa Clay Jr. knocking down, and not only knocking down, also translating that into a kill for the side of our team Goa. And for BG, we also have them around the corner. We also have several teams right here. And also, I think they are really, really unfortunate when it comes to the circle because for the nth time, they are still gonna die. And whenever they go in the next safe zone, that will again move out of their spot. But the best thing about that is that they already have 6 eliminations. But the downside is that they already lost 2 of their players.
Right now, the smokes will be popped out by Shin, but here comes Ostja. Yolos will be very important here as he now cooks up a nade. Now Shin is actually trying to cook up some Molly, but again, 7 support will get hit by the fire also with a gunshot from him with a S12K. And now Top, unfortunately, doesn't have any vehicles anymore. Another frag grenade, but it's going to be a KS from BG. Ostja is now out with 6 elims. And now BG, they can probably go for the push, but no, they won't do that for now because the circle is now closing. Let's see where will this circle go. Still at the side of ATS, infamous Saviera. We also have GOA right nearby that middle portion of the circle. But you can see TTQ, who will most likely gatekeep the northern side of the zone.
Mm-hmm. And as we're seeing it, onto the southern side, we are seeing several teams taking this spot. We have BG and even join be our WIOF later on, and even onto the western side, that is going to be our team Go Well. But we still have 8 teams remaining in this match, and it's already stage number 6 with a few more seconds before that closes in. Most likely later on, that is going to be a chaotic battle once again, as everyone else is just quite near to each other, and WIOF just waiting for that movement as they are in a spread right now. They could push forward, but that is not going to be so easy too, as they could be gate kept by our BG.
And winning a future, I'm not sure how they will try to get in. The eastern side actually is very much open. There's also Nexus Vanguard right above winning a future. So not too sure how they can try to win this one. Ooh, but ATS now. Chi able to drop cute low key. Joji will go for the trade-off knock and eliminate him right away. And looks like low key will probably survive for now. But the blue zone is closing as well, so they need to move now.
They really need to move right now, or else the blue zone will chase after them and devour their HPs. And with that attempt of nade, courtesy of our BG, just push our WIOF to move out of that spot. And with that attempt, that is a good one as they baited our WIOF to move out and to eventually take them down with those bullets in. And NXQ Loki was also spotted by BG Unknown, trimming down everyone else to just 7 teams up and alive.
And you know what? Good thing that the blue zone, their side is the slower side to close. So that means that they can go for the revive. They can actually even heal up. Oh, but looks like they will not heal up anymore. And that's why Cute Loki goes down already. Murado here for Joji. It explodes right in front of him. But this means that he will be inside the zone. And now we'll probably get sandwiched by ATS and Burmese goals. But looks like Joji will not be sandwiched at all. He will be the ones to eliminate Chi. And it'll be God7 who will be gate kept.
Ooh.
And then also with a frag grenade from Burmese goals. Wow. Eliminations after eliminations that happened there.
And that would be NX being eliminated onto our number 6 rank, and we are only left with BG, Infa, Zaviera, Goa, Time to Quick, and even ATSX. This is a much needed win for ATSX in any case that they would take this winner chicken dinner, because that would definitely push them towards around probably overtaking ATS here in this game. So let's wait and see if that is going to be happening for the side of ATSX. But for the rest of the teams, they're really quite aggressive. Look at that. With BG having 6 eliminations, they're really reclaiming that top spot here in our week number 2 at the same time. The same thing goes for Invisibiera having 6 eliminations in this game.
Forsaken right now. Just trying to hide at that ridge. because Forsaken is trying to pop out his helmet. But then again, here comes Isay actually with a headshot onto Rex. And then for Burmese Gold, they will have to get into the circle because of that shift. So now they will have to find a better place to stay. There's not much anymore. There's probably a ridge area there that they can take, but TTQ now comes in up on the northern side. They're able to get in, and they will probably most likely sandwich Infamous Seviera here together with Burmese Goals. Let's see if they can try to defend, though, as Liliatka looks like he's able to get in now, and they have a good position here.
They definitely have a good positioning right here. And with that circle favoring their spot, I think that is going to be highly likely to favor them getting that winner chicken dinner as well. But let's wait and see how this story would unfold as BG now tries to take down those players from time to quick through that smoke, but with no chance. And with one more frag grenade, and now onto Bunny, actually coming in from ATSX. That is a good attempt with that Molly not touching Bunny right there. Oh, nice nade coming from ATS 46. That was actually received by Time to Kick Bunny, which made him hop back to his teammates. And for Time to Kick Suzuki, no time to hop as he will also be eliminated.
Yeah, just an elimination right away for the side of TTQ. Bunny, though, not much of any space for him to crawl to his teammate. I mean, Gus will be able to pull up a smoke, but most likely will not be able to revive his teammate. So it'll be just him left. Oh, and I say almost with that frag grenade from Burmese Goals. I say looks like he actually came out already. And now with just 3/4 HP, can he try to clutch this? He will battle against two, and there you go. Unknown with that Mini 14. Wow, up close and personal. Able to knock down Isay, and now what's left for Infamous Saviera is going to be Forsaken. Will not really move for now, but eventually will be spotted by Burmese Goals because Burmese Goals has the high ground advantage.
They do have that high ground advantage right there, and they can easily spot teams just like Time to Quick, the final player, and even for Infazaviera's final player, which is Forsaken. But for ATSX, they're also having a good advantage, taking good control of the northwestern side of the safe zone right here. This could still be a win for ATSX. They just need to handle that very, very well. Meanwhile, for Time to Guess, I think he is going to go for that kill. Oh no, he actually did not push through with that one. But now he will. Getting into that vehicle, Monboy and ATS X4T6 will have to be forced to go out. And that was not a good attempt because now Extreme and Zayo already knows where Time to Quick Gus is actually at.
ATSX, oh, Monboy. Unfortunately, cannot handle the spray of Gus. And even though he's all alone, he's able to deal some damage. But again, he only has 17 seconds left here in order for him to be able to get in the circle. He's not yet in. And now Monboy, together with 46, will be able to get that revive. Now he will be forced to stand up. And looks like he will die. Oh, no, he will survive. Monboy will be spotted by GOA, and 46 will go down, all because of the
Oh
blue zone.
no!
And now he tries to steal away that kill. Unfortunately, the nade was way too late, and now the blue zone moves. This is the final stage, and Burmese Goals again still has the advantage as they have the high ground here in Goa. They will need to go down up the hill, and they'll be way out in the open. And with the numbers advantage here, looks like Burmese Goals will take the win.
They definitely will. This is just disheartening for ATSX. They had most of the advantage earlier on, but when they were trimmed down, that just went into a domino effect, and now leaving them with only one final player, which is Extreme. And I don't think he would be able to get inside of the circle quickly. He is just going to take that airdrop right there. But for Goa Clay Jr., he was actually eliminated by the soloist as well, coming in from Time to Quick. And even the final player, ATSX Extreme, will be spotted. Now this is going to be a 1v3 battle between two Myanmar teams, Burmese Goals and Time to Quick.
And that will be it.
Ooh.
Burmese Goals wins in the final map of day number 2. What a way to end this one with the two Myanmar squads getting the win in the final 2 matches of the day with YG and now BG. And they can go much closer now to the rankings here, Aya, because
Mm-hmm.
more than likely they will be top number 3 or probably top number 2 because this is so many eliminations as well. We'll find out later on as we go along this